The cold wind howled through the pine trees of northern Montana, and the small camping tent trembled with every passing gust. Inside that fragile shelter, a single father named Michael Harper held his 8-year-old son, Noah, close beneath a stack of worn blankets, praying they would make it through another freezing night. Just hours earlier, Michael had swallowed his pride after losing his construction job and accepted temporary work helping restore hiking trails in Glacier National Park. He had no home left, no savings, and nowhere else to go. What he never expected was that before dawn, someone powerful would quietly unzip the entrance of his tent and step inside. The woman who owned the entire restoration company looked at the exhausted father with tears in her eyes and softly urged him to stop pretending everything was fine because no one else needed to know how much he had been suffering. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of hope, please like this video, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe to the channel Kindness Forever. Your support helps these inspiring stories reach more hearts. Michael had spent 3 years raising Noah alone after his wife passed away from a sudden illness. Every decision he made revolved around protecting his son from fear, disappointment, and hunger. Even after losing his apartment, he convinced Noah that living in the tent was simply another adventure before they found a better place. During the day Michael worked harder than anyone else on the trail crew, smiling despite the pain in his aching back. At night he quietly skipped meals so Noah could eat the last of their canned food. He never asked for help because he believed dignity came from enduring hardship without becoming someone else's burden. The owner of the company, Rachel Brooks, rarely visited field sites personally. She was known as a demanding executive who expected excellence from every employee. Most workers assumed she cared more about profits than people. But during an unannounced inspection, Rachel noticed Michael secretly giving his lunch to Noah and pretending he had already eaten. She also overheard Noah telling another child how excited he was because camping with his father felt like a vacation, even though Rachel could clearly see the worn sleeping bags, patched clothing, and empty food containers hidden behind the tent. That evening Rachel could not stop thinking about the little family. She remembered growing up in poverty herself before a scholarship and years of relentless work changed her life. The memories she had buried for decades suddenly returned. Long after everyone else had gone to sleep, she quietly walked through the campsite carrying warm blankets, fresh food, and a portable heater. She entered Michael's tent carefully so she would not wake Noah. Michael immediately apologized, believing he had broken company rules by staying on site with his son. Instead of criticizing him, Rachel gently encouraged him to stop carrying every burden alone because accepting compassion did not make him weak. For the first time in years, Michael allowed himself to admit how close he had come to losing hope. The following morning, Rachel acted as though nothing unusual had happened during the night. She respected Michael's dignity and never mentioned the visit in front of the crew. Instead, she quietly arranged for Noah to attend a nearby community learning center while Michael worked. She also created a hardship assistance program for every employee facing unexpected family emergencies, making sure no one knew Michael had inspired it. Weeks turned into months, and Michael's dedication never faded. His careful attention to detail helped complete the largest trail restoration project the company had ever undertaken. Visitors praised the safety improvements and breathtaking paths through the mountains. Rachel realized that Michael possessed remarkable leadership skills hidden beneath years of struggle. Rather than offering charity, she promoted him to site supervisor, giving him the opportunity to rebuild his future through his own talent and determination. Life slowly transformed. Michael and Noah moved into a modest home near the park. Noah finally had his own bedroom, where he proudly displayed photographs from their camping days instead of trying to forget them. Michael often reminded his son that the hardest season sometimes prepared people to recognize genuine kindness when it appeared. Rachel also changed. She spent less time studying financial reports and more time meeting the people whose lives depended on the company. Employee morale improved dramatically because workers finally believed they mattered beyond their productivity. What began as one quiet act of compassion inside a small tent eventually reshaped an entire organization. Years later, during the grand opening of a new visitor center, Michael stood before hundreds of employees and families. Instead of speaking about promotions or success, he spoke about dignity, resilience, and the courage required to receive help when life became overwhelming. He explained that true strength was never pretending to have no problems. True strength was continuing to love, work, and hope even when the future seemed uncertain. If this story has touched your heart so far, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Forever. Your support allows more inspiring stories of hope and compassion to reach people who may need them today. Special request: tell us in the comments, have you ever experienced an unexpected act of kindness that changed your life forever? As the sun set over the mountains, Michael watched Noah laughing freely with friends, no longer worried about where they would sleep or whether there would be food tomorrow. The little tent that once symbolized hardship had become a reminder that even in life's darkest nights, a single act of quiet compassion can become the beginning of an entirely new future. Sometimes the greatest miracle is not that someone rescues us, but that they remind us we were never meant to carry every burden alone. And those who choose kindness today may unknowingly become the reason someone else finds the courage to believe in tomorrow.